Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Richardson and I'm the WCPW review guy. I was saying for weeks, months, hell, I'm sure if I even dropped it last year, that WCPW should have jumped all over the War Games. Should have jumped all over it. I mean, I know they own the rights technically. You could have done a knockoff. You could one cage, done a War Games that way. Too late now. Now they jumped on it. So you probably better do the Red Rumble cage. Just saying. Do the uncensored 96 end of Hulkamania cage match, triple cage of doom. Do that. Jump on it now before they do it. They'll do it. It's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a hit, and everybody's gonna be like, wish I would have done it. Should have done it. And anyways, this is the unofficial WCPW top 10, where I rank the top 10 singles wrestlers. Top 3 women's wrestlers, finally, after like about a month of them just being completely off. Well, the show, about 4 months completely just out of the game. And of course, top 5 tag teams. So let's get into it. Of course, this is the fallout from Refuse to Lose. So yeah, see what happens here. At number 5, sorry, tag teams first. At number 5 for 3 weeks running, it's Curb Crawlers, the Martin Kirby Gabriel Kidd duo. At number 4 for a second week in a row, the Legends. At number 3, the Curb Crawlers, Rampage Primate duo. That's like 6 weeks running. That 4-man or that 8-man tag match really stuck them in there. Don't worry, SEC, Prestige, all these guys coming up, they'll knock them down. They'll knock it loose. Don't worry about that. At number 2 for 3 weeks running, the Jurgen Lowen. And at number 1, going 9 weeks straight. They just recently defended those tag titles against the Young Bucks in a War Machine rules match. I'm talking about the current WCPW Tag Team Champions, War Machine. War Machine, just freaking dominant. And on a side note, I am looking forward to their match against Jimmy Havoc and Primate. That's going to be goddamn brilliant. All right, moving on now to the women's division. At number 3, making I want to say the debut. I mean, these ladies have been on here before, but it's been a long time. So returning to the top 3, Little Miss Roxy at number 3. She, of course, competed in the mixed tag match. Her and Drake in a losing effort against Jay Lethal and Ava Story. So Little Miss Roxy, number 3. At number 2, she is the current WCPW Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. Defeated B. Priestley. I'll probably get some flack for this, but everybody's going to be like, well, wait a minute, she's a women's champion. Shouldn't she be number 1? I kind of feel like this next woman deserves a little bit more. This next woman deserves a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, Kaylee Ray put on a hell of a match against B. Priestley. And I think, from there it's going to go on. But I just feel like the Ava Story, Jay Lethal tag match was a lot more, I don't know, a lot more deserving of that top spot. So at number 1, making her debut on the list altogether. Never been on the list. Making her WCPW debut this past weekend. Or I guess it wasn't weekend, it was Monday. This past week. Ava Story. Ava Story. So there you go. Moving on now to the singles division. At number 10. He was 9 last week, and he was like 6 the week before. Like, he's just been dropping big time. And now he's dangerously close to being taken out of the top 10. Talking about El Ligero. Of course, he lost the briefcase this past week to Marty Scurll. It was not a good week for Prestige in general, but yeah, there you go. At number 9, he's up a spot, and we just mentioned him earlier. He was part of that mixed tag match with Ava Story, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal. At number 8, he dropped 3 spots. I'm going to say probably due to inactivity. I think had he had a match, he probably would have maintained a pretty high spot, but he's the current WCPW Internet Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. At number 7, for a second week in a row, he won the Kiss My Ass match against Alex Gracie. I'm talking about Martin Kirby. Martin Kirby. At number 6, he was pretty low on the list, and then this past week he had a hell of a week, and it shot him straight up to the top 10. At number 6, the current WCPW champion, Marty Scurll. Oh, he had 2 huge wins in one night. Beat El Ligero for the briefcase, cashed in the briefcase at the end of the night, won the title. Boom. Boom. Top 10 already. It's incredible. At number 5, he dropped the spot from last week, Joe Coffey. At number 3, dropped the spot from last week, Rampage. At number 3, he's up 3 spots from last week. He's the current WCPW Hardcore Champion, and this past week he defended against BT Gunn, Bad Bones, and Jimmy Havoc in a fatal freaking four-way. Hardcore Chaos, Primate, number 3. At number 2 for a second week in a row, Kushida. And number 1, going on a ridiculous 26 weeks running. Of course, he had a bit of a battle. He couldn't put down Ospreay in time, and then of course, Marty Scurll cashed in the old Magnificent 7 briefcase to take the title from him. Talking about Joe Hendry. So there you have it. Recap: War Machine, Ava Story, and Joe Hendry. Congratulations, you guys are officially and unofficially the number 1 people in your respective divisions. So there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about my top 10. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Either way, drop that shit down below. And Loaded. The end of Loaded, or at least the end of WCPW Loaded. I don't know. I don't have a weekly show, but are they still called Loaded then? I don't know. Either way, an end of an era is coming up. It's broken into 2 parts. So the first part comes up this Thursday. Kind of bittersweet, but once again, we're all looking forward. We're heading forward, heading to a new defiant era, if you will. So there you have it. So that's all I got, guys. Share and subscribe if you haven't already. Show this video, boop, 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 that thumb and love, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that junk's down there. I looked, it's just down there. Just trust me. You gotta hit the show more thing, and it pops up. And then that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.